Hi guys, welcome to the Design Travel channel. Today we are going to see about stress strain curve understanding. So what does it mean? What is the necessity? Everything we are going to be see in this video. So as a stress strain curve, everyone knows that based on the Hooke's law, we can say that or state that stress is proportional to strain. So how much the stress is increasing, the same level the strain also will be increasing, but up to some elastic limit. But after the elastic limit, what will happen? It will show some fluctuating behavior and it will be fracture it. So that is what the basic information we know. So look at here. This is the basic stress strain curve which everyone's know. So this is a ductile material case. So here the small representation indicates like along the x-axis strain and y-axis is stress, and the red color curve is indicating your behavior of the material when you are tested. So 0 to A is a proportionality limit, A to B is a yield point where the elastic limit is constant. There is no more deformation, will behave as a fluctuate. From B to C, that try to yield the neck points. C to D is an creation of neck point or notch point, and D to E is cracking point, and E point is a breaking point or failure or fracture, we can say. This is the basic information we know. So let us open our eyeball bit. So look at the right side figure. The same x-axis represents strain, y-axis represents stress. So see the material which I'm taking. Initially the force is 0 on both the sides. So I'm going to give a forces with the help of UTM machine. So one end is fixed, other end is load is applied, but tensilely applied. So from 0 to A, what I told you, the proportional limit, the same proportionality limit you can see here. So in the proportionality limit, when the force is applying, see the U is a term you could see, that is what the deformation, change in length to the original length. As well as after some point of time, the elastic limit will maintain its behavior, that is A to B. Then after B means here, after the yield point, you will not get any deformations, means your elastic property will be stop up to here. So after that, from this point to this point, see here's the figure which is showing the strain hardening. So strain hardening means that the deformation is permanent. After that, there is no deformation will take place, it will start plastic or plasticity. So from this region to the end before breaking, it will create a crack propagation that you could see on here. But after that time, your body will be getting break in the middle. Means that with the application of external agency increment. This is how we can understand with the help of a small material which we can place in UTM machine with the subjection of load increment. The same stress strain curve will be varying for different materials. Let's take two different material, brittle and ductile. Brittle, after the proportional limit, it will break, because usually brittle material having the probability of direct load receiving capability, and it will show the output. We can say the best example for brittle material is concrete, bricks, then ceramics, anything which is easily breakable. As well as the important point is there is no elastic behavior would takes place. But ductile material, it must and it has an elastic property. If the material has an elastic property, you can close your eyes and easily say that the material belongs to ductile. For a simplicity, we can say, take a car body, the exterior body is fully made of ductile in nature, and the internal body in the sense, take a powertrain components such as gears. Gear is made of cast iron, right? Grey cast iron. So the grey cast iron kind of material is made of brittle. You could have think the imagination of the real time. You are riding a bike and it's stuck in the middle. If the ductile metal is made at those gears, so what will happen? It will be trying to ooze inside itself. So for maintenance or servicing point of view, it is so complicated. But if you prepare that gears in terms of brittle, it is easily replaceable. At the same time, come to the external view. The external parts are made of ductile, right? When you are going to crash your vehicle, so the external body will receive all the loads. It won't transfer to the pilot. All the loads will be fully absorbed by that ductile property, since it is have elastic behavior. Okay, look out here. So stress strain curve for brittle material. So after this point, it's getting break. As ductile metal we've seen before, so it used to take elastic behavior, elastoplastic behavior and plastic behavior, then it will break. But plastic, it will receive in a different fashion, different manner, and for composite it is also different. So look at the right side view. So the red color indicates your brittle material, and it is easy to break after huge amount of load is applied. But in the ductile, it used to break at the last, means it takes some time to break. Means that whatever the area here covered, these are all absorbed energy. This blue color indicates fully absorbed energy. The area under curve, so this part. Similarly for brittle, so this part. So this area covers is nothing but the absorbed energy, but these area covers for ductile material. Hope you understood the stress strain curve. Whatever you have a queries, please write it on the comment box, as well as if you want anything information regarding this in a deep way, you can suggest in the comment box, or else if you want anything apart from this also, comment box. Thank you so much for your attention and your patience. Thank you so much.